All right, so before there was Cinderella Castle, before there were glass bottom boats, before there were spring breakers hitting the beaches, there was this place here in White Springs, Florida called White Sulphur Springs or Upper Mineral Springs. And this was considered the very first Florida tourist attraction. Apparently it was discovered back in the 1830s, maybe 1831. White Springs used to be known as Jackson Springs from what I read. And people used to come to this little spot that we're about to see here to bathe in the sulfur waters. Apparently it was supposed to be therapeutic. And they used to come down here in droves. So now it's just sort of kind of tucked away. If you don't concentrate, you would not notice it. It's just kind of off the road. I think that's US 41 if I'm not mistaken. We're real close to down. We can actually walk over to downtown White Springs. But this right here is was how you would get into the springs. The Swanee River is right over there too. I think that the water, I believe it feeds into the Swanee River. Not supposed to be all that attractive looking right now, but here it is. And that used to be where tourists would come and swim in the water. It's kind of yuckish looking right now. Kind of finding that White Springs area is a pretty interesting place to be. Big Shoals State Park, of course, is I highly recommend visitors to Florida check it out. It's a beautiful state park. And here we go. And there's the Swanee River again. And we see some kayakers. I want to learn a little bit more about the Swanee River Trail, which is apparently, from what I read, 200 miles of the river where you can canoe or kayak, and they actually have little areas where you can pull off and camp. Yeah, it's pretty cool thing. Anyway, this is a great sight here. There's another view of the Swanee River. Nice and calm and beautiful, but then you get down, you see that little section called Big Shoals, and for about a quarter of a mile it is Whitewater Rapids. So, and anyway, back another look at the what was the swimming area. What do you think, Larcy?
Has that sulfur smell.
Can smell it, yeah.
I can smell it.
Yep. Taylor Phipps was here 2015. I don't know what that simple means. Hopefully it's not something evil. Anyway, there we go. So here's part of our day out at White Springs, and our main reason was to come out and check out Big Shoals State Park, and we took a nice, beautiful hike, and then we went to visit Stephen Foster Folk Culture Center. And this is Memorial Day weekend, but it's 2020, so we're dealing with COVID-19, and otherwise it would have been a huge festival there. Every year they do the Florida Folk Festival during Memorial Day weekend. So we didn't get to do that, but in place of that, we got to really enjoy that park, nice and quietly. Still worth visiting, even though you can't get into the Stephen Foster Museum or the Carillon Tower, but it was still nice to visit. All right.